Wouldn't it be a great opportunity to take a look at this bill that was being presented and look and see if it was an opportunity in the state of Connecticut to have a new insurance company put in place that physicians could have some input to, or the large input to, depending on how you do that, and try to address some of the issues that we've all talked about over time. So the State Medical Society and the State Medical Society IPA pulled ourselves aside. We took a look at this opportunity, and we decided to go forward sometime in the August timeframe of 2011 to apply for some of the loans that were available to start these new entities. So that was going on all over the country, whether it was organized physician entities doing that, or whether it was groups of providers in different aspects, or whether it was employers that were looking at that, or whether it was, they're all over the country. You look at the different co-ops that are out there, and you can find them all. You can go to the CMS website and find where every one of these is, and basically where they came from and why they started out. So in Connecticut, the State Medical Society and the IPA decided to do this, and we put forward an application in October of 2011 to get funded for what we expected to cost about $75 million to put up. Remember, the fund at the time was about $6 billion. Well, the fund kind of went through a couple of iterations during the cutting process that went on, and it finally ended up about $3.3 billion. Still an enormous amount of money to put forward to start these things up. So we applied in October of 2011. We had interviews in Washington related to business plans and all the rest. Our application was about 400 pages long to submit. And through back and forth with the government, eventually, in June of 2012, we got funded with $76 million. Now, the $76 million is a loan, and it isn't drawn all down in one fell swoop. There's been a lot of stuff in the press about these entities having an awful lot of taxpayer monies in their pockets. Well, the majority of that money, about 3/4 of those dollars, are set aside. From a regulatory point of view, insurance companies have to have capital reserves. You have to have that by law, by the insurance department. They dictate how much money that is. So 3/4 of that $76 million is actually reserved for solvency funding to be an insurance company. So as you gain membership and as you bring on revenues, a portion of that has to be in reserve, so that's where the vast majority of that money is. The other quarter is there to build the infrastructure of a brand new insurance company. Now, I'll take a quick question. Anybody know the last insurance company that was actually built as a domestic insurance company, as in they're housed in the state of Connecticut? In the state of Connecticut?
Connecticut.
Keep going. Let's go back a little bit further. Somewhere in the 80s.
MD Health Plan.
MD Health Plan was the last insurance company, brand new. I mean, there's been a lot of insurance companies that have come to Connecticut. I mean, there's one that came in, there's another not-for-profit that's coming into Connecticut from Massachusetts. So that's basically called a foreign insurance company. So that has been what has happened, and there have been insurance companies here that have gone from not-for-profit status to for-profit status. But a not-for-profit insurance company, you got to go back even further to find one of those. So when we went to the insurance department and said, this is what we want to do, it's like, wow, that's unique. We haven't seen one of those in an awful long time. So we've done a lot of education. We have spent a lot of time in Hartford, and the insurance department has been very, very good to work with. They've actually helped us make some constructive decisions on business process. They've been good to work with and make sure that processes that we have in place will meet the needs of their department going forward, because they will be regulated